Yeah, hi, namaste. My name is Gaurav Negi and I am from India. So I'm a founder and director of Rehab Yoga. So what Rehab Yoga is, in a simple term, it is just a tool to bridge the gap between yoga trainers and physiotherapists. So any medical professional who deals more in cure and treatment, and then a yoga teacher whose work is to prevent, right? To give right alignment tools, to give right asanas techniques, and right yoga techniques to their students. So in Rehab Yoga, we discuss a lot of tools and techniques that how a yoga teacher can use those tools and techniques to prevent their clients on the mat so that they do not need to go to physiotherapist or medical professional due to injuries. Definitely, if there are some traumas already, some accidents, we have some limitations. So in Rehab Yoga, we learn a lot about that how to learn about your own scope of practices, that what you should perform, what you should not. There are many things where we have our own boundaries. We cannot do everything, right? If there is some spinal disorders, injuries, or slip disc, any knee issues, shoulder dislocation, being a yoga teacher, I should understand my own limitation, my own scope of practice, and I should refrain from getting into it. Rather, I should always recommend that person to higher authorities like physiotherapists or medical professionals. But there are few cases where are something like muscle imbalance, something like tightness, something like you are unable to do certain posture due to certain reasons, maybe some structural limitation or maybe some muscular limitation. There, how you can go about it, we learn in Rehab Yoga. We learn a lot of posture work, we learn a lot of prop work there, we learn a few muscle imbalance work there, so that you can deal with all those issues with your client in Yoga Shala, so that you can, bridge that gap, what is there in between that physiotherapist, that medical professional, and a yoga teacher. So in a simple term, Rehab Yoga is just a step towards preventing yoga asanas related injuries and how to let those asanas accessible to everyone, because yoga is for everyone. It is not limited to few, right? So also being Indian and born and brought up in India only, I was always fortunate to have the exposure of yoga, right? So been practicing yoga since my childhood, because the moment you switch on the TV, there is yoga in your room. So you're always like, even if you don't want to do it, but you're always watching it, right? So it was always there. So my family members, they used to do yoga at home just by watching TV maybe. And then that, in the beginning as a child, you really do not have that understanding that what is this happening around. But as you grow up, then you understand the value of it. So my personal background is from fitness industry. So I was working as a fitness trainer, as a group class instructor, as a nutritionist counselor. I have done a lot of fitness certification and studies into fitness and in movement-based trainings. And I was also teaching fitness professionals for their certification, for their preparation like ACE, ACSM, CSCS, and other sort of certificates. And with that, when I started teaching to yoga professionals, professionally in yoga teacher trainings, I found that the bigger gap of understanding of anatomy and alignment on the mat. And then I saw a lot of injuries happening on the mat. That made me motivated to invent something, to create something basically for yoga teachers, for yoga practitioners, where they can prevent their injuries on the mat. So this is why Rehab Yoga came into picture. So Rehab Yoga is nothing like different sequence or nothing like different type of asanas, but it is same asanas, whatever you do in your different classes, like be it Ashtanga Vinyasa, Vinyasa Flow, Iyengar, Kundalini, Power Yoga, Acro Yoga, Aerial Yoga, you can name any yoga type classes. In Rehab Yoga, we learn how to do those movements effectively, how to learn that when to start what movement, and what is the foundation, from where to stop and where to stop. So you can do any type of yoga, whether it is yin and yang, but you should be more mindful of doing it. So asanas, how to do it in a better way so that you can prevent injuries. And that's what we learn in Rehab Yoga, and this is what Rehab Yoga is all about, which is we are going to definitely share in our 300 hours teacher training in Japan. So let's hope for the best that we are going to get the training, and I'm really excited to share my little bit knowledge, being a yoga student always, with some other people who are really eager to learn few new skills. Yeah, thank you. Namaste. I have already taught in many countries when it comes to yoga, yoga and rehabilitation and exercises, corrective exercises. I've been to Middle East like Bahrain and Dubai. I've been to Europe like Greece, UK, Ireland, and there I've taught in a couple of places like Liverpool, Manchester, Brighton, London, and in Greece in Corfu. Then I have been to Australia. I have taught in Brisbane. And then after that, I've also taught in Vietnam. In Southeast Asia, I have taught in a couple of countries like Indonesia many times, many places like Surabaya, Samarang, Jakarta, and in Vietnam, in Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh. So all these cities I have already covered. In India, almost every place, all the states in India, in Sri Lanka, and yeah, just like this, the rehab yoga is evolving slowly and gradually, and the people are liking it. And this is how we are growing faster, because people are acknowledging the effects and the importance of alignment and anatomy on the mat, so that they can prevent their injuries while moving into the posture. Because once you know that, okay, how you can improve into a posture, then you can go with more mindfulness, keeping that energy system also in mind, that in the end, yoga is not about effort. It should be stillness into the posture. Like Patanjali said, in Patanjali Yoga Sutra, asana should be sthiram and sukham. That means sthiram sukham asanam. This is what rehab yoga focuses on, that asana should be sthiram sukham and not with effort. So how you can get that stillness in prayatna shatilyam. So how that prayatna, that effort will get shatilyam, means still. That means there is no effort anymore with your continuous practice. How you can achieve that. That's what we learn in rehab yoga practices.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
How about you?
いやいやいや、私は
一位
私行かないから。
私がいい。
知らない。
まあ